Santorini, more than a postcard, a journey into the heart of the Aegean dream. A honeymoon point. Greetings to all our fellow travelers. If you've ever closed your eyes and dreamed of paradise, the image that likely flickered behind your eyelids was of Santorini. A cascade of sugar cube houses tumbling down a colossal cliffside, their blue domes piercing an impossibly azure sky. All set against the vast, shimmering canvas of the Aegean Sea. It is the poster child of Greece, the muse of a million Instagram feeds, the ultimate honeymoon destination. But, my friends, is that all there is? Is Santorini just a beautiful face? As I stood on the caldera edge, the legendary Meltemi winds whipping through my hair, I embarked on a journey to discover the soul behind the spectacular facade. This isn't just a travelogue, it's the story of an island born from cataclysm. A place where myth and reality fuse, where the wine is as dark as the history is deep. And where every sunset feels like a personal promise. So, buckle up, and let's explore Santorini, together. The arrival, a grand entrance fit for the gods. Your first introduction to Santorini is not a gentle handshake, it's a dramatic, theatrical reveal. As your ferry glides into the massive, submerged caldera, the watery grave of a once mighty volcano, you are immediately humbled. Sheer, multicolored cliffs rise hundreds of meters, and perched precariously on their rim, like a careless scattering of divine dice, are the iconic white villages. Phaira, the capital, looks almost unreal, a dazzling white seam stitched into the dark rock. Alternatively, if you fly in, the aerial view is a breathtaking geological map, revealing the crescent moon shape of the island, with its smaller siblings, Thyrasia and the still smoldering Nea Kameni, completing the volcanic circle. The journey from the port to Phaira is an adventure in itself. You have three choices: the hairpin turn road via bus or taxi, the modern cable car, or the classic, and slightly terrifying, donkey ride up the 587-step zigzag path. I opted for the cable car, friends, wanting to soak in the panoramic ascent. The scent of salt, sun-baked rock, and a hint of wild oregano hits you, the signature perfume of Santorini. OIA, the Sunset Symphony. No visit to Santorini is complete without a pilgrimage to OIA, pronounced EEA, the village that adorns the northern tip of the island. By day, it's a labyrinth of sublime beauty. You don't so much as walk through OIA as you float through it. Narrow, marble-paved paths weave between brilliant white buildings, their blue doors and shutters a direct challenge to the color of the sky. The famous blue-domed churches, particularly the trio at the Church of Anastasi, are the most photographed spots on the island. Getting that perfect shot requires patience, boss, but the reward is a photograph that will define your travel memories for years. But OIA's true magic is reserved for dusk. As the sun begins its descent, a silent, mass migration occurs. Every person on the island seems to find a perch, on the ruins of the Venetian castle, on a restaurant terrace, on the steps of a hidden pathway. A hush falls over the crowd. What follows is not just a sunset, it's a performance. The sky transforms from a brilliant blue to a canvas of fire, streaks of orange, pink, and purple ignite the clouds. As the sun finally dips below the horizon, kissing the sea goodbye, a spontaneous, heartfelt round of applause erupts from the crowd. It's a collective, universal acknowledgement of beauty, a moment of pure, unadulterated magic. Pro tip: instead of fighting for a spot at the castle, book a table at a cliffside restaurant like Sunset in a Moody or a cafe with caldera views a couple of hours early. Enjoy a cocktail or some mise while you secure the best seat in the house. Beyond the caldera, exploring Santorini's diverse landscapes. While the caldera is the star, friends, the rest of the island holds its own unique charm. Renting an ATV or a car is the best way to explore, letting you discover the hidden corners at your own pace. The southeastern coast, the beach belt, This is where you'll find the famous volcanic beaches. Kamari and Parisa are the twin hubs, with long stretches of striking black sand and pebbles. Lined with rows of sunbeds, beach bars, and tavernas, they offer a vibrant, resort-like atmosphere. Kamari has a long, pedestrianized esplanade perfect for an evening stroll. Parisa, slightly more relaxed, is backed by the dramatic Mesa Vuno mountain. Don't miss the ancient Thera on this mountain. A hike or a donkey ride up to this archaeological site rewards you with breathtaking views and a glimpse into the island's ancient Dorian, Roman, and Byzantine past. The south, history and seclusion. The Akrotiri Peninsula is a must for history buffs, home to the prehistoric settlement. But nearby, you'll find the stunning Red Beach and the secluded White Beach. For a truly local experience, head to the traditional village of Megalokori, a maze of narrow streets, neoclassical mansions, and hidden churches, offering a peaceful retreat from the crowds. The interior, the authentic heartland. Venture inland to discover the Santorini that exists beyond the tourist gaze. Pyrgos is the island's former capital, a magnificent medieval village spiraling up to a Venetian castle at its peak. The views from here are arguably more spectacular than from OIA, because you can see the entire island, from coast to coast. Megalokori is another gem, with its charming square, beautiful bell towers, and a labyrinthine old quarter. This is where you feel the slow, authentic pulse of island life. The north, beyond OIA, the northern part of the island is dominated by vineyards and quieter villages. Immersive, perched on the highest point of the caldera, is often called the balcony to the Aegean. It's more tranquil than Phyra and OIA, making it perfect for a romantic escape. A stunning walking path connects Phyra to Immersive and onwards to OIA, offering the most spectacular coastal hike imaginable. A culinary odyssey, tasting the volcanic terroir. Friends, the food in Santorini is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, uniquely shaped by the island's volcanic soil and microclimate. This isn't just sustenance, it's an essential part of the travel experience. Fava, a revelation. This is not the yellow split pea you might know. Santorini's fava is a creamy, velvety puree made from a specific type of yellow split pea, served with a drizzle of olive oil and chopped red onion. It's simple, humble, and utterly delicious. Tomato keftides. The island's cherry tomatoes are incredibly sweet and concentrated in flavor due to the minimal water. These are fried into delicious, crispy on the outside, soft on the inside fritters, bursting with flavor. A must-try appetizer. White eggplant. Unlike its purple cousin, the white eggplant of Santorini is less bitter and sweeter. It's often grilled, baked, or fried and is a staple in many dishes. From the sea, being an island, the seafood is phenomenal. The tiny fishing port of Amudi Bay, below OIA, is the place for a seafood feast. Choose your fish from the day's catch displayed on ice. Grilled octopus, drizzled with olive oil and oregano, succulent calamari, and barbunia, red mullet, are all exceptional. Unique local specialties. Chlorotyri, a soft, fresh cheese made from goat's or sheep's milk, with a slightly sour and salty taste. It's often spread on bread. Atharina, tiny, fried whitebait fish, eaten whole, head, tail, and all. They are the perfect salty, crispy snack with a cold glass of Assyrtiko wine. Loro, a local green similar to spinach, often used in pies and salads. The wine culture. As discussed, the wine is unmissable. Beyond the famous Assyrtiko and Vin Santo, try the Nictory, a dry white aged in oak, and the rare red Mavro Trigano. Visiting a family-run winery like Gavala's Winery or Art Space offers a more intimate experience than the larger ones. Pro tip: for an authentic dining experience, avoid the restaurants with Caldera View signs in Phyra and OIA. Instead, head inland to a traditional taverna in Pyrgos or Megalokori. The prices are better, the atmosphere is more genuine, and the food is often outstanding. Akrotiri, the Pompeii of the Aegean. This is where Santorini's story takes a deep and fascinating turn. Around 1600 BC, a volcanic cataclysm of unimaginable force obliterated the island, then known as Strongylai, and buried this thriving Minoan settlement under meters of ash and pumice. Walking through the state-of-the-art, covered archaeological site is a humbling experience. Unlike Pompeii, no human remains were found here, suggesting a sophisticated early warning system allowed the inhabitants to escape. What they left behind is a time capsule, multi-story buildings, intricate drainage systems, stunning frescoes, now in Athens National Museum, and pottery. You are walking the streets of a 3,600-year-old city, peering into windows of history. It adds a layer of profound depth to the island's beauty, reminding you that this paradise was forged in fire. The volcano and hot springs walking on the beast's back. To understand Santorini, you must confront the source of its creation. Boat tours from the old port or Amudi Bay will take you to the center of the caldera, to the still-active volcano on Nea Kameni. The hike to the top is otherworldly. The ground beneath your feet is black, red, and brown, streaked with sulfur deposits. Steam vents hiss from the earth, smelling distinctly of rotten eggs. As you stand on the crater's rim, looking back at the colossal cliffs of the main island, the scale of the eruption becomes terrifyingly clear. You are literally standing on the beast that created this beauty. After the volcanic hike, the tour usually continues to the nearby Palea Kameni Islet, where you can dive into the famous hot springs. The water is warm, rich in minerals, and has a distinct, muddy orange hue due to the sulfur and iron. It's a bizarre and wonderful experience, swimming in the geothermally heated sea, a direct result of the slumbering giant below. Final thoughts, the Santorini paradox. So, friends, to answer my initial question, Santorini is so much more than a postcard. It is a land of beautiful contrasts. It is both relentlessly romantic and starkly geological. It is bustling with tourists in its hotspots, yet profoundly peaceful in its hidden villages and rugged interior. It is a place of luxurious infinity pools built into the scars of a catastrophic eruption. It teaches you that true beauty is often born from chaos. The very event that destroyed an ancient civilization created the landscape that now takes our breath away, the soil that yields such unique produce, and the culture that is both resilient and welcoming. That is the Santorini paradox. It can be crowded, it can be expensive, but if you look beyond the obvious, if you wander its hidden paths and pergos, taste its sun-sweetened tomatoes in a village taverna, and listen to the whispers of its history in Akrotiri, you will find an island with a deep, powerful, and unforgettable soul. This is Shibnath, signing off from the breathtaking caldera of Santorini, reminding you that the world is full of stories. Keep traveling, keep exploring. Until the next adventure, friends.